So here we are again, a few minutes later, a few seconds later, with our second blog of the day from 2020. And this one's called The Consequences of Inculcating Mythology in Education. Evolutionary theory is at its heart a mythical masterpiece void of logic and reason. But as the bulwark against the infiltration of religion into politics and science, it seems that the underwriters of modern civilization are powerless to bury this Frankensteinian abomination of legend and racial prejudice. The first consequences of unleashing this hellish theory on modern humankind was, of course, Nazism, which again combined ancient religions with modern scientific jargon to make another nonsensical ideology. But humanity persisted with evolution, regardless, and now, once again, this idea that basically allows the stronger to rule the weaker, by evolutionary right, may perhaps lead to the undertaking of, I'm going to just censor a little bit what I'm saying here, of certain business elements in society that administrate to the, how can I say this, the needs of people that aren't feeling that great. How about that? To further their control of humanity. Already under the sway of corporate-controlled media, which uses news to sell, and I'm going to censor again, the aforementioned organizations' products, themselves deluded by the sway of power and vague evolutionary values, will, I think, inevitably bring another crushing blow to humanity. This time, however, they will use the aforementioned organizations groups' products to form one of those particular products that we've had particular problems with recently. And I'm editing my blog here. I'm censoring it. To attempt to control both population size and aptitude. I have had a blog removed. Didn't realize anyone was watching them. But the computer program picks up the titles of your blogs regardless, as if they're being watched, and of course someone can report them. So I'm going to make sure there's nothing to report in here, hopefully, if anyone ever watches these. What do I mean by all of this? Just as evolution is a lie, so too are those particular products that I'm trying to reference without giving their particular name. But just as society is used to accepting the lie of evolution, so too does society accept the lie of that particular product from that particular company, which among all its products has a different avenue to the public. It doesn't go through the same kind of rigors. And recently, this particular product didn't go through anything. It was just foisted on the public. That was last year. So I guess you'll know what I'm talking about. Is it too far-fetched to imagine a Nazi-believing CEO and board of one of those multinational corporations of those products inserting some kind of it's a material into a batch of these products, such as something that's globally mandatory to sicken a target minority population. Sounds a little bit like a conspiracy theory already, but let's continue. Imagine the Turks using this against the Kurds, or China using it against the Muslim minority that's in their populations. None of these ruthless dictatorships would hesitate to use such means if they thought they could get away with it. Which at this point I don't think they can, not unless it's done through kind of a business kind of approach that's been approved of by the appropriate national or global bodies that approve such interventions for people that either are not feeling well or think that they have a product which can prevent them from not feeling well in some way. In a world that refuses to acknowledge the spiritual nature of humanity and the very existence of the God who made all of this, what moral parameters are in place to prevent corporations and governments from going down such a path? Turn the aircon on here. I would argue that if something so evil as the Holocaust could happen, as it did, then the thing I'm not talking about, which I'm talking about, thing of such a magnitude could happen, could also be perpetrated by at first forcing everyone to take these products, and then having no public oversight on the contents of those products. All this, however, is the consequence of allowing a myth like evolution to be intertwined with observational facts of adaptation, may be unavoidable if we cannot remove obvious falsehoods like this from our educational system and relegate it to the religion that evolution really is. So that's that little blog. And I'll see you, I guess, in a few minutes.